Okay, so this time our topic is digital transformation and innovation in business specifically, no? Digital transformation is a strategic process that integrates digital technologies into all areas of business, no? Fundamentally changing how companies or organizations operates and deliver value to customers. So it goes beyond simply adapting new tools. It involves rethinking business models, customer experiences, and internal processes. As market become more competitive and consumer expectation evolve rapidly, businesses must continuously innovate to remain relevant and efficient. And to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
So, good morning, everyone. So today I'll be discussing about the digital transformation and innovation in business. So let's start. So what is digital transformation? So digital transformation is the process of using digital technology to improve business operations, customer experiences, and ultimately the bottom line. So, digital transformation includes leveraging product analytics, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and other digital tools to enhance efficiency, improve product experience, and create revenue streams with the goal to make the business more competitive, resilient, and responsive to changing market demands. So, what is digital transformation framework? So we have here also naman. No? So the digital transformation framework is a set of guidelines and long-term plan that businesses utilize to help them navigate through the challenging landscape of digital transformation. So it is a tool used by businesses to find out how to modify their current position to keep them ahead of their competitors. So digital transformation framework is like a roadmap that outlines the steps and strategies needed to successfully transform a business digitally. So tumutulong to dun sa planning pa lang and executing. So kung it includes setting clear goals, understanding yung current state, and then identify the technologies needed and creating a step-by-step plan to implement these technologies. So, what is the importance of digital transformation framework? So, firstly, it is a guided strategy. So, it provides a clear roadmap and strategic direction. So, it helps setting organizational goals, identifying areas for improvement, and charting a course of action to achieve digital objectives. And next, it helps in the efficient resource allocation. So it enables efficient allocation of resources by identifying priority areas for investment and focusing on initiatives that align with the overall digital strategy. So this prevents resources wastage on non-essential projects. Then it also encourages evidence-based choices, minimizing risks and uncertainties associated with the digital transformation. So yun nga kapagka, meron tayong structured framework, mas, nagiging well-informed and data-driven yung, decision making sa isang company. And then, the framework also facilitates the alignment of all stakeholders and departments within the organization when it has these organizational alignment. So it ensures that everyone is on the same page regarding the digital vision, and it fosters a unified effort toward achieving common objectives. So also, a well-designed framework accommodates scalability and flexibility. So, as business grow in or as businesses grow or pivot, the framework also can be adapted to suit the involving needs and technologies while maintaining the alignment with the organizational strategy. So, this is also a proactive steps in in identifying the risk, which allows us to have a or to develop a risk mitigation strategies, ensuring a smoother progress. So, digital transformation framework provides a systematic approach to help identify the potential risks and challenges early in the transformation process. And then it is also a customer-centric focus. So, the framework also often emphasizes a customer-centric approach, so which it fosters to improve the customer experiences and which leads to enhanced satisfaction and loyalty. So what are the key elements that make an effective digital transformation? So firstly is the clear vision and objectives. So it helps with the alignment uh, of the digital technologies with the business goals. So this ensures that digital initiatives support the broader goals of the organization, and also dito sa clear vision and objectives, we also do here the setting of the measurable outcomes. So wherein we establish specific measurable goals that can track progress and assess the impact of the transformation. Next is the comprehensive assessment. So this also includes uh, analyzing the current state of the company, what are the digital capabilities and the skill set and the processes that is available, and also the gap analysis. So, yung expectation or yung current state natin at saka kung saan ba natin gustong mapunta yung ating uh, pag-transform into the use of digital technologies. And then strategic roadmap. So this includes the phased implementation and setting up the milestones and timelines. So we're in uh, setting up this one is helps the companies stay on track, and also this helps also to reduce the risk and allow the companies for adjustments based on the earlier learning. So, do sa roadmap na ginagawa or sa phased implementation. And then the technology integration. So, of course, dito yung paglalagay natin ng technology which is scalable and flexible that can be used not just to improve the today's condition, but also to adapt to the future changes of the company. And then it should be also interoperable. So meaning, dito sa technology integration, yung technology rin syempre, it should be same, or it should align with the current process in the company. So this should be able to integrate also with the existing systems and processes to avoid disruption in the production or in the operations. And then also the change management. So this includes the engagement of the stakeholders and providing training and support with the users. So this is to minimize the resistance and enhance adoption. Then also we have the governance and leadership. So this is where this includes the um, forming a team to lead this digital transformation, and also to oversee the implementation, as well as structuring and establishing a policies, standards, and guidelines and procedures to guide the transformation efforts. And then we also have the data-driven decision making. So this includes the analytics and the insights. So to measure the success of the transformation, and also having this continuous improvement wherein we will be having like implementation of feedback to allow the continuous monitoring and improvement on the processes and technologies. And then also yung nasabi kanina din, so customer-centric approach. So this is by focusing on the customer experience and having also the feedback mechanisms to gather the feedback and use it to refine and improve the digital initiatives. And then also the innovation and agility. So it builds a culture of innovation to encourage experimentation and allow the organization to stay ahead of technological trends and rapidly respond to changes in the market, and also having these agile methodologies to enable quick iterations and adjustments. And then we also have the sustainable practices. So of course, for the effective digital transformation, it should include a long-term perspective and also having the environmental and social responsibility to support yung hindi lang the company but also the other stakeholders. So, what are the steps to create an effective digital transformation framework? So, first, define your vision and objectives. So, syempre, dapat malinaw. Ano ba yung vision natin? Ano yung gusto nating mapuntahan? And ano yung mga gusto nating ma-achieve? Bakit tayo nagkakaroon nitong digital transformation? And then, yun na nga, i-assess natin yung ating current state. So, ano ba yung kakayahan natin ngayon? Ano yung ating digital capabilities? Ano yung skill set na meron tayo? At saka ready na ba yung ating business for the change or to adapt change? And then, um, engage stakeholders early. So, from the outset, kumbaga, i-inform na natin yung ating stakeholders. So, hindi lang siya, kumbaga dito sa stakeholders, kasama na siya yung sa employees natin, yung ating department heads, yung ating IT teams, syempre yung mismong gumagawa, and at times, if possible, also yung ating customers. So, dito kasi tumutulong 'to para mas ma-establish natin yung sa realistic at saka yung expectations, yung mas realistic nagiging goals and expectations natin. And then, after nun, you can already develop a roadmap. So, yun na nga, yung kanina, yung magkaroon tayo ng phased implementation. So, phase by phase, kung ano yung steps, so paunti-unti, para dun pa lang sa phasing, kung merong nagiging problem, pwede nang magkaroon agad ng mga adjustment, and at the same time, yung magkaroon ng timeline. So, para nakikita natin kung on track pa ba tayo dun sa ating ginagawang digital transformation. And then also focusing on the customer experience. So, syempre kasama sa ginagawa natin sa pagde-develop ng digital transformation is to improve the customer experience, 'no? Yung makikita rin natin dito, ano ba yung kailangan or fino-focusan din natin, ano ba yung kailangan ng customers natin, ano yung preferences nila, and saan sila nahihirapan. So, syempre as much as possible kung magkakaroon tayo ng digital transformation is yung mga matrabaho or kung saan nahihirapan yung customer natin is somehow mai-ease natin. Next is leverage data and analytics. So, of course, we can utilize the data and analytics kasi ito is critical din dito sa paggawa natin ng decision making. Sorry, makikimute lang po. So, with this po, this is where we collect the data on customer behavior and the operational performance and also the market trends. So, it is not just an opportunity to have this digital transformation, but also this can be used as an opportunity to improve the performance of this company and the other processes that which digital transformation can greatly help, and also the impact. And then next is fos- foster a culture of innovation. So in here we have to create a culture that embraces innovation, kasi kailangan talaga to, kasi nga syempre continuous, pag sinabi natin dito sa digital transformation, continuous na nagkakaroon tayo ng changes. So we should also in the business, we should also encourage experimentation and allow the teams to test new ideas and without the fear of failure, and also to provide them with the training and resources to help them with the development of the necessary digital skills. And then next po is to invest in the right technology. So, syempre, kung para maging effective yung ating digital transformation, dapat yung gagamitin natin na technology is right with the operations and with the existing systems. Kasi kung mali yung mapag-investan natin is tayo din yung malulugi in the long run because syempre pag nandiyan na yung technology, hindi lang naman pagbabayad sa technology yung nasasayang, but also yung time natin na ini-invest natin doon at saka yung mga nagiging like maintenance din at saka yung pag-i-input din natin ng mga data doon. Then also yung after that, we will do the establishment of governance and leadership. So, syempre, we will have to maintain what we are creating. So, dapat meron na tayo kung paano ba yung magiging implementation, yung monitoring nun, and then yung magiging adjustment nun, at saka yung kumbaga hindi lang siya yung paggagawa natin ng ating mga procedures and guidelines is hindi lang siya para dun sa ating existing employees but also for the upcoming employees. And then lastly, we will do the monitoring and adjustments. So for each step, we will have to monitor and even after the transformation, we will have to monitor and if there's a necessary adjustment, so ayun, syempre magkakaroon tayo ng adjustment. So, what are the mistakes to avoid in creating digital transformation framework? So, first, yung do not solely focus on the technology. So, syempre, hindi lang dapat sa technology yung focus natin, but also yung company as a whole and its impact. Then next, do not create silos. So, yung iwasan natin yung magkaroon ng kanya-kanyang opinion yung per department. So, as much as possible dito is maano natin yung cooperation within the organization to have this successful digital transformation. And of course, if you are noticing or do not ignore also the cultural changes, yung syempre, usually pag nag-iba tayo or nag-transform ang company from traditional to digital, there could be also changes in the company. So, it should not be ignored po and should be addressed agad po. So, what are the key benefits of digital transformation framework? So, we have this, of course, the outperforming the competitors, streamlining business processes, ensuring seamless communication, enhancing customer experience, and facilitating strategic decision making. So, what are the core technologies of digital transformation? So, we have here the cloud computing. So, cloud computing allows the companies to store and access data and applications from anywhere at any time, eliminating the need for expensive and eliminating physical structures, and also the big data and advanced analytics. So, this refers to the vast volume of data generated by daily digital interactions and advanced analytics is a process of which it allows the data to be converted into useful information. And then, syempre, yung pinaka-familiar tayo, yung artificial intelligence or AI. So, this is the science of making computers and softwares working on tasks that would usually require human intelligence. And the Internet of Things. So, it connects the physical devices to the network, allowing data to be collected and shared in the real time. So, dito mag-ano ako. So, what is the role of the AI and automation in digital transformation? So, AI and automation are pivotal in digital transformation. This enables the business to streamline their process, enhance their efficiency, and improve customer experience. So, hindi lang siya sa task repetition. Syempre, it also incorporates intelligence to analyze the data and make informed decision and help AI to help us in the adaptation of changing conditions and greater agility and innovation. So how does AI and automation drive digital transformation? So firstly is the process optimization and automation. So AI enables the automation of repetitive tasks and complex workflows, so freeing human resources for more strategic initiatives. So it also helps in the enhanced customer service. So AI-powered, for example, AI-powered chatbots, personalized recommendations, and proactive support mechanisms create more engaging and satisfying customer journeys. And then it also helps in so AI also excels at analyzing vast data sets, so uncovering patterns and providing actionable insights that inform better decision making and business strategy. So it also helps in the improvement of agility and adaptability. So AI driven systems can learn from data, adapt to changing conditions, and even predict potential problems, fostering greater responsiveness to the market demands. It also helps in the innovation and new business models. So AI opens doors to innovative business models like predictive maintenance, dynamic pricing, and hyper personalization, driving profitability and competitive advantage. So we have here the AI technologies. So firstly, yung ating machine learning. So machine learning is the foundation for predictive analytics, customer segmentation, and personal recommendation. So this is where yung algorithms enables the computers to learn from data, improving the accuracy over time and without being explicitly programmed. So 'di ba, for example na lang din diyan, nakita niyo ba yung dating nag-shared yung kay, ChatGPT yung kinakausap niya. So, in the process kapagka minsan 'pag matagal ng kausap or nakikipag-interact is natututo yung system. So, dito yung nagkakaroon siya ng machine learning. Kumbaga mas maraming nailalagay sa kanya na data is, minsan mas natututo na siya kahit hindi pa siya totally, naka-program. And then also we have, the speech recognition, the predictive analytics. So dito sa predictive analytics, ito yung yun na nga, for example sa social media, 'di ba pagka nag-aano tayo yung uh, pina-predict na niya or naglalagay na siya ng mga kasunod na datas kasi based na rin dun sa ating previous na mga activities. So ganon. And then also the augmented reality AR and AI. So this is integrating AI with AR to create more interactive and personalized user experiences. So these are the applications which includes virtual try-ons in retail, enhanced navigation systems, and innovative educating tools. Also, it includes computer vision. So computer vision enables the machines to interpret and make decisions based on the visual data. So, computer vision is used in facial recognition yung sa ating mga cellphone na ngayon, no? And detection and augmented reality and impacts in the security, retail, and healthcare industries. So, ngayon marami ng or sa atin ngayon pinaka-visible na rin yung itong paggamit ng ating computer vision. Then, we also have these AI optimized hardwares and then Edge AI, the robotic process of the automation. So this automates repetitive role-based tasks by mimicking human interactions with digital systems. So yung RPA is an instrument in improving efficiency and accuracy in the back office operations, customer service, and data management. And then we also have this recommendation system. So yun na nga yung sa algorithms. So this helps in the recommendation with the noticed preferences of the users. And then we also have the blockchain and AI integration. So combining the blockchain technology with AI can enhance the data security, traceability, and transaction efficiency. So this is particularly impactful in financial services, supply chain management, and in securing the data sharing. And then we also have the natural language processing. So, technologies enable computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language. So, This includes here yung ating mga chatbots, yung sentiment analysis, and automated translation services, which enhances the customer service and insights from textual data. So, ano ba yung must-have AI skills natin dito? So, nandyan na yung ating programming, yung ating data analytics, machine learning, syempre deep learning, natural language processing, or NLP, the computer vision, and the model deployment and maintenance. And then we also have the soft skills. So, syempre, nandun na yung ating critical thinking and problem solving. And then the communication, the adaptability and continuous learning, and the ethical judgment in collaboration with other systems po. So, actually po may kahati po ako sa report. So for me po, this will be my references. The other topics on this report will be discussed by Miss Joanna, but I think this will be discussed by next week po upon her availability po. Thank you po.
Pero ang assigned date niya today ninyo.
Yes po, may emergency lang daw po siya, Doc.
Hindi na siya pwede mag-present next week. Sige, sino yung next presenter?